Welcome back. I'm super excited to be trying this. So this is the Surreal Skin Liquid Foundation by Makeup by Mario. This is what it looks like in the container. This is the shade C19 or 19C. I bought this online from Sephora, and when I got it, I honestly thought it was gonna be too dark because the packaging, the box that they put it in, it's like a black box, and so it makes the colors look darker when you first get it. So I would say if you get the chance to go into store and like try it, do that for peace of mind. But we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna use a damp beauty blender to put this on. But this is supposed to be a medium coverage foundation. It's supposed to be super hydrating. I've already gone through and done like all my skincare stuff, and I used some oils today, so like my skin's already pretty hydrated. So we'll see how that works with this foundation. That's what it looks like on the blender. That's the color I'm using. It's probably a little bit more yellow. Ooh, that's really liquidy. That's crazy. That's a lot more foundation than I was, I think, wanting to. I tried this with a brush, honestly, right before I did this on my hand, just to kind of see, and it just felt a little streaky for my liking with the brush I had. I know that the line has its own brush, but the brush itself is like 30 bucks, and without having tried the foundation, I didn't want to drop like $80 total. That being said, the foundation is $42 at my Sephora. The shade range is really honestly spectacular. And so far so good. I'd say it's a really natural looking foundation. I personally typically prefer more matte finishes, so this isn't really my go-to, but I will say the coverage is pretty nice. Definitely medium. I still have some like scarring that's coming through, but I would say overall it feels really good. It does feel moisturizing. It feels really lightweight, and it feels kind of like skin. So if that's something you're looking for, this is a really good foundation for those things. If you want something that's gonna make you feel really covered up and matte and not so natural, this wouldn't be something I'd go to, because this is like really shiny looking for me, but it looks really, again, natural and skin-like. And when I was in Sephora, that's kind of what they told me. The lady I talked to, or who insisted on helping me rather, she had it on that day and she said she didn't like foundation typically, but she liked this because it felt so good on her skin and just such like a lightweight, natural kind of foundation. So if you're new to foundation, or you're just not somebody who likes to have stuff on your face, this is actually going to be really good for that. I definitely like that I used the blender, the sponge. I feel like that helps put it on. I think it looks really good, honestly. It looks really good in the light. We're gonna do like a full face though, because I just want to see what it looks like. There's something about a foundation with powder on that I just think is such a vibe, like such a look. So that's what it looks like with powder on top, and I really like that. I will say I did a TikTok with this, and I did a translucent powder on top, but I really like the tinted powder much better. That looks so good. I like that actually. I like this a lot. Like this might, with the powder, it might be my new go-to. Let's do some brows. So boom, brows are done. I kind of want to do a little eye. We're gonna do a light eyeshadow in the color, and then we'll come back and kind of just talk about everything soon. So here's the final look. Basically, I didn't add any more powder. I did some blush lips and a little eyeshadow, and a liner, and this is what we have. I would say overall, I would give it a solid like 8.5 out of 10. My biggest gripe, I just want fuller coverage, I think. I feel like I didn't get the full coverage or the coverage I really like to have until I added the powder. But as a foundation itself, for someone who doesn't like foundation, I can definitely don't like cakey or anything like that, this is a really good foundation. Super hydrating. It doesn't feel like anything's on my face in terms of foundation, and it feels really lightweight, and I feel like my skin's able to breathe, which is really nice. So those things I think are definitely wins in my book, and like I said, there's so many shades, and I feel like the undertones were really important in how the shade range is presented. So in that realm, I would say it's really wonderful. Overall, 8.5 stars. I probably would buy it again, honestly. So yeah, $42 not bad. Go pick one up from Sephora.